A battle with a mysterious enemy begins. Goku has just been hit without having the slightest idea where the attack came from. Vegeta watches him as Goku slowly gets to his feet. Goku then says to his enemy, "You really are very powerful, so let's fight seriously!" At this point, Goku goes on the offensive. The guardian demonic dragon of the void bends down, closing his fist, and hits the ground. Goku then, at this moment, feels the impact coming from above as if he was being punched in the head, causing him to fall face down on the ground. Vegeta, who was watching, smiles and says,
"Stupid Kakarot, if you want, we can change places, because I see you haven't figured out what the lizard guy's technique is."
Goku then raises his head, spitting out the dirt he had swallowed, and says, "Vegeta, let me fight a little longer." I think I started to understand his technique. The Guardian interrupts them, saying,
"Come on, intruders. Stop talking and attack me."
At this moment, Goku advances at high speed to the enemy who has his arms crossed. Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos, and stay well inside our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Let's get back to the point. The Guardian raises one of his legs, banging his knee against the air. Goku then quickly turns around, making a defense position, protecting himself from the blow that would come from the other side, and then exclaims, "I got you!" Impressed with Goku's technique, the Guardian says,
"I see you managed to read my movements and defend yourself against my attacks. Congratulations! As a sign of respect, I will say my name. Astarak."
Goku smiles slightly and says, Name's Goku. Pleased to meet you. Let's keep on fighting." Universe 7. Gohan in his Saiyan form released all his power before Gotenks. Gotenks sarcastically says, "You are powerful, but I am more!" Throwing an extremely powerful kick towards him. Piccolo suddenly appears in front of him, hitting him with a kick. Whis is impressed and says, "Apparently they finally understood. One needs to cover each other's weaknesses both in defense and attack so that no enemy will even be a match for them." Gotenks starts to stand up, screaming while raising his ki. Ah! Super attack! Super Ghost Kamikaze! Then he positions himself and begins to expel several ghosts around him. Whis widening his eyes and says, "Oh look! They even managed to master this technique! Impressive! I'm really surprised!" Gotenks says, "Number 1, 2, 3, attack left, 4, 5, 6, you go right, 7, 8, go under, 9, 10, go over!" All the ghosts attack Gohan and Piccolo, who are next to each other. The attacks come from all directions. Gohan reaches out with his hand, holding Piccolo by the arm, spins him around with great force, launching a gust of wind that hits the ghost that came from the sides. Piccolo then positions himself, making a support with his hand so that Gohan rises and is thrown upwards, causing him to pass between the ghosts, stretching his arms and launching a gust of ki, thus destroying the ghosts from above. Gohan then looks down and fires an energy blast towards Piccolo. He concentrated an energy in his hand, uniting it with Gohan's energy and reflecting it to the remaining ghosts. At this time, Piccolo looks at Gotenks and exclaims,
"Is that all you've got?"
Gotenks then responds, "See, not even close." He ducks down and starts screaming. Ah! At this point, he transforms into Super Saiyan 3. Goku's battle continues in a vacuum. Several attacks are aimed at Goku, who dodges easily. The Guardian feels cornered and decides to go one-on-one towards Goku, hitting him in the face. Goku shows no reaction when he takes that blow and returns it, immediately throwing it back away. Goku jumps up and starts screaming,
"Kamehame!
The Guardian is hit in full strength and gets extremely injured. Goku then approaches his enemy, who was completely defeated, and sees him lying on the ground. Astarak at that moment, looking at Goku, says,
Damn you. That was really powerful. And I couldn't defeat you. Before you finish exterminating me, I need to tell you something. I'm just a puny demon.
At that moment, a flashback begins. Astanak said that long time ago he had a family, a beautiful wife and a beautiful daughter in a lost world in that universe. He's able to do anything for the survival of his only hope on a planet consumed by chaos. Filled with greed and hatred, he had no choice in that world surrounded by poverty. So to provide and feed his family, he becomes a criminal, being part of gangs, doing things that he did not enjoy doing. Some time passes and destiny puts a cruel irony in front of him. The opportunity to leave that life. Happy, he returns home just to find his wife and daughter dead. His humble home had been attacked by criminals who took the lives of his family. At that moment, his world collapses, and because of that, he surrenders to evil, looking for revenge until one day he meets his regretful end. And thanks to his ability to break through the barriers of reality, he had been tasked with becoming the guardian demonic dragon of the void. The flashback ends. We see Goku next to that fragile being, on his knees listening to every word he's saying. Astra kept speaking.
So I beg you, please avenge me and my family. And now, I will find peace in my wife's cradles with my daughter.
Goku holds his hands and says, I promise, I will avenge them. And with a smile of peace, Astarak dies, turning to ashes, being carried away by the winds. Goku and Vegeta silently follow their path. Meanwhile on Earth, Gotenks transformed into Super Saiyan 3, rapidly moving towards Piccolo and Gohan with an incredible sequence of blows. The two put their guards up, and Whis, watching everything, then screams, Hey guys, that's enough! I can see that you really are powerful! Now, I can move on to the next phase of our training. Let's call it Phase 1. So at that moment, the fusion of Gotenks dissolves. Piccolo then asks Whis,
Wouldn't that be Phase 2?
Whis then responds by laughing. Oh, Piccolo, you're so funny. No, this was just a warm-up, Mr. Piccolo. The training starts now. So let's start by explaining the training. For this training, we're going to use some Kachin stones so that you can increase your resistance and the durability of your powers. Whis raises his staff and countless cubes made of this material begin to fall from the sky, after which Whis begins to say, This is the most resistant material in the universe. You are going to have a little competition here, and whoever manages to break the most cubes in 1 hour, I will give a reward. Now, use my powers to release your hidden strength. Whis extends his hands and a gigantic hourglass appears in front of him. And then Whis says, Ready? Go! You can start now! Piccolo and Gohan start first, firing their ki in order to destroy several cubes. Trunks and Goten start whispering to each other and say to Whis, We'll be right back! And then they fly away. Whis gets curious and just smiles. Sometime later, Gohan and Piccolo had already destroyed about 5 cubes each, when suddenly we see Trunks and Goten flying, bringing what looked like a truck, landing in front of Whis. They open the truck doors and fire some attacks. Then Whis says, Alright boys, time out, let's count. In one side he observes that Piccolo and Gohan destroyed 5 cubes each. In the other side, he looks at Goten and Trunks and asks, what is that? And Goten responds, Well, you said it was supposed to destroy cubes, but you didn't said it was supposed to be these ones. So Trunks went to his mom and she bought 10,000 Rubik cubes and we destroyed them all. Piccolo and Gohan looked annoyed. Whis says, "Oh, aren't you the smart ones? Congratulations, you won." At this moment, Whis approaches to the boys, putting his hands on their heads and a glow appears. After Goku and Vegeta pass through the vacuum, they are faced with a plain terrain, and in the distance, they see a gigantic fortress. To be continued. What is the fortress that Goku and Vegeta are looking at? What is the occult power that Whis awakens in Goten and Trunks? Regardless of what it is, it's more than important that you already try to figure it out here in the comment section down below so we can enter into that crazy debate. Click the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for the video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.